Hello, hello. Sarah Picaro here with some truths today. The truth is, if you find that love is hard, you believe that love is hard. And you may be thinking, no, I believe that love is Disney and sugar and spice and everything nice, and love is easy, and love is patient, and love is kind. And what's that thing I said in my vows before I got divorced a couple of years later? I don't believe that. I believe that love is love and love is beautiful and love is gorgeous. But if you're finding that love is hard, you're lying to yourself. What's really going on is that you have a belief and not a conscious belief, because consciously you're telling yourselves these things that you hope. You're holding on to the hope that if you tell yourself these things enough, it will become true. But you really deeply, unconsciously believe that love is painful, love is hard. The feeling of love becomes comorbid. You want it to be sugar, spice, and everything nice and beautiful and roses and flowers and easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it's not, right? And you may be diving into why it feels this way, where this comes from, and understanding and exploring more about what it is about you that has this engagement, this interaction, this interpretation, this experience with love, and learning possibly about your attachment style. If it's anxious, if it's avoidant, if it's secure, and going, oh crap. What am I supposed to do? I want to be in love, but I have an anxious attachment style. So I get really, really anxious. I get worked up very quickly. I get needy. I tend to choke and strangle the love that I have in the relationship. And then that person, maybe at sometimes in the relationship like that, but in most cases don't. So they begin to pull away so that they can breathe. They can't breathe while they're being choked and strangled, and you're so anxious that they're going to leave you, and that's going to trigger your inner unhealed abandonment wounds. So you hold on, white knuckle that, and think, but I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And so your inner anxious attachment style is coming out, or you're avoidant, and you're like, doesn't bother me, does not bother me at all. No, I don't care. And you're completely avoiding opening up and being vulnerable and truly sharing your genuine and authentic self, because you have a deep inner insecurity and fear that's connected to your worth, your self-worth, because of past experiences. That if you do that, if you open up, if you're humble, if you express your vulnerabilities, your weaknesses, your humilities, that person will not like you, will not accept you, will reject you. And you don't want to feel rejected again or feel abandoned again. And so you inevitably and unfortunately become attracted to people who are avoidant or unavailable emotionally, mentally, energetically, spiritually. And you find yourself stuck in these toxic pattern cycles because you unconsciously believe that love should be filled with longing and loss. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You have an unconscious belief that love should be filled with longing and loss. And I use the word filled with because many people that I work with, when we're doing the transformational work at the unconscious level, feel like they have this void, this hole, a deep hole inside their heart, a gaping hole, a wall around their heart, whatever it is that your inner mind connects and relates with. You feel this. You don't want it, but it's really and truly and deeply what's going on within you. You feel that love should be filled with longing and loss. And because of that inner unconscious belief that's established way, way back, like way back, so far that you can't consciously remember it, you pick people who make you feel that way because, boom, I feel this way, you make me feel this way. Energetic connection, a powerful, powerful connection. Bonded. Hello, trauma bond. That's what it is. So if you really want to understand this, it's that simple. Because when you were younger, in your primal years, in your pre-verbal years, you didn't have verbs or words, but you had feelings, you had experiences that laid the foundation for who you believe yourself to be, for who you believe you are, and what you believe you're worthy and deserving of. Say, for example, this comes up I don't force regression on my clients. A lot of times it naturally comes up in a transformational healing session, a regression back to the cause, the core, and the root of where this very belief was established and founded from. Many people I work with go back to a time when they were in their crib or with their parents, loving, caring, kind, compassionate parents who would do anything for their children. And they were left alone in the crib, crying, wet diaper, hungry. Parents nowhere in sight, nowhere to be found. Of course, they were just in the room next door or in the kitchen or in the laundry room doing all the laundry that you have to do for the clothes that that little baby spit up on, doing natural, normal parent things. But that baby didn't know that, because a baby doesn't have the knowledge, the understanding, and the experience to say, hey, mom and dad, those caregivers that love you, they'll be here in just a second. It's okay. They didn't experience the soothing, the love, and the compassion. In that moment, they felt rejected, they felt abandoned, they felt alone, they felt scared, they felt afraid. And that was this inner unconscious belief in that moment that was developed that said, no one's coming because no one loves you, and made you feel unsafe, insecure, unprotected, helpless, hopeless, worthless. Left that baby crying, screaming for their parents to come. And yes, the parents came when they heard or when they completed whatever it was that they were doing. So these feelings can be developed with normal, natural life occurrences. It's not always big T traumas that develop these beliefs about yourself. So if you're finding yourself in a relationship that's not going well, or finding that there's a lot of dysregulation and you're wanting to really deeply dive into your end of exploration, right? Relationships work when two people are working on them. So you can't do the work for your partner, you can't do the work for the other person, but you can really deeply connect to what it is within you, your inner unconscious beliefs, where you felt that there's this sense and this feeling of abandonment and rejection, and that your parents didn't love you, and now you feel that your partner's abandoning and rejecting you and doesn't love you, because there's a direct correlation and connection. You'll feel it energetically, and you know it when you feel it, because it doesn't feel good. So if that's where you're at, you're wondering, oh, am I ever going to get the love that I deserve and I desire? Yes, you can. But if you're not there yet, you got some more work to do. And that work to do is within you. It's not out there. It's not in the relationship. It's not going on more dates. It's not reading more books together. All those things are wonderful and great and can help strengthen the bond. But you've got to strengthen that bond within yourself and disconnect from those old, outdated, negative and limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, so you're not bringing that into the context and the vortex of that relationship. So if you're ready to go on that journey and to explore that within you, which feels and believes that, and disconnect that and reconnect with the knowing and the feeling and the unconscious believing that you are enough, you are lovable, so that you can develop and improve not only the relationship that you have with yourself, but that you have with everyone else, to feel safe, solid, and feel secure. Would love to connect with you. I'd love to talk to you about transformational healing and see if we are a good fit to work together one-to-one. You can do that. And you can find more information in the description below this video that tells you more about that if you still have questions. So that is all for today. I love you guys, and take care and be well. Bye for now.